I want you to remember something old Uncle Clif High had said about a little panic to own. So, a friend of mine, Gary, copied me and Cliff on an email. He goes, now is a really good time to ping Cliff. I have a nagging suspicion that his December 5th, 2018 update, where this time frame has Bitcoin going to panic to own mode is happening. Cliff, is there any evidence that the panic mode is approaching now rather than the fall time frame? And his reply, Cliff's, was, it is not a single day, right? It's not a single day panic to own kind of a thing. This will take about a month to build up to crescendo. So easily it could be early, visible within July, let's say, he says. Though probably later in the month of July, to reach the level where the panic word is easily applied. So this run up in Bitcoin, in the market, I mean, there's other coins doing quite well today as well. But, I mean, Bitcoin, it's at 13.2 now. Did a video earlier, it's 13.2. My woo-woo friend says there's a very important number, 13.4. She thinks, and her guide's telling her. And it might have something to do with, hold on to your effing hats. Bitcoin's fixing to go even higher. All-time highs are going to be knocking on all-time high doors. 16% up. Bitcoin, the most expensive coin out there, Bitcoin, it's rallying 16%. Stellar up 4%. Ripple up 3.5%. Litecoin at this moment is flat at $135. Ethereum up almost 11%. It was also up earlier today. Bitcoin Cash up 5%. It's over $500 now. ETH Classic up 3.5%. Bitcoin, or BAT, Basic Attention Tokens, 2.5%. Bitcoin, on the other hand, whoa. She had told us, first of all, let's just, I mean, I can't sit here and not show you this chart. You know what I'm saying? This is, let's see, 26th, 23rd, 24th, 25th was yesterday, and then today just boom. Just candle after candle. This is on the 4 hour, by the way. Candle, all these green candles. On the 2 hour, similar story. Not that it matters, it's all going up. We touched nearly 13.6 right here. Technically, where I'm touching is 13.6, 13.598. 13.5, basically 13,600. It was just 12. It was just 10. When was it 10? Let's go back. June 22nd. Here we are. Boom. And we jumped from the 9s right to the 10s. 11. Boom. You remember, it was that weekend, Bitcoin Ben meetup weekend. A little bit of profit taken. Then, nope, we're not done yet. Boom. She thinks there's a very real possibility, like I had said, I'll just repeat it, about the whole matter of days thing. Getting to the $20,000 all-time high and then passing it to make a brand new all-time high forever in Bitcoin land. Bitcoin woo-woo peoples. And it's funny because like Digibyte's down 7%. There's some good news on Digibyte. But it's down. Redcoin down 8%. Digibyte 7-point-something%. Theta 5% down. Theta Fuel 5% down. So there's some red coin, red as in red, down right now, and there's some that are green. Ethereum again over 10-11%. Bitcoin 13-14-15%, depending on what time of the day you've looked today. Some of that profit taking, I feel very comfortable saying this again, out of Bitcoin, when it really happens, is gonna, in my opinion, my woo-woo friend's opinion, I guess you could say, some money's fixing to go into the alts. The question is how soon? Days, a week, 2 weeks? I'm hearing some people saying their TA and now it's calling for 2 weeks all of a sudden. Well, my woo-woo friend's been calling for this. But again, with her with timing too, it's not a timing thing. It's a sequence of events of where were prices she's given and have we hit them yet? And once this is hit, what happens next? That kind of a thing. And on the left side of her chart is all green stuff, and the green stuff in her chart means we check it off, it happened. So now we're into the other stuff, which she highlights yellow as pending kind of a thing. Some of that's already been checked off recently, but we got some more checking off to do. Again, not a problem. If only one of the few things she's given us happens, and we can capture it because we're waiting for it, it alone would probably be life-changing because of what cryptos are already going to do as far as hitting all-time highs and then some. So imagine being able to jump on a move, something else happens, you flip into another coin or whatever, it rockets up, get out of that, get back into something, and that's it. That's all you do. And you're sitting on a huge bag of whatever cryptos you're in because of that. And then the end of the year comes where what Clif High is just talking about is a reality potentially. And I say that, he's not saying that, I'm just saying it's a potential that sometime this year, towards the latter part possibly, the panic to own cryptos in Bitcoin has set in. He's saying, yeah, we're in June, about to be July in a few days here, so we'll call it July. The panic to own might be starting to rear its head, as he says, but not necessarily here full force yet. Later in the, summertime, so to speak, might be blatantly obvious is what he's trying to say. Doesn't know for sure, but that's his take on it, and it was his Webbot report that called that. Like I've always said, from back in the day when Clif High wasn't even talking about Bitcoin in Webbot land, back in just stuff happening, earth changes and weird stuff, I said, guys, look, I know what I'm about to read you. There's a section right here, and it says summer 2013. Just remember what it says, because it might not be this summer. Even though he says this summer 2013 Northern Hemisphere. It might be next summer. Maybe it's the one after that. Seems like the seasons he can get right many times, just like the psychics. But maybe, it wasn't this year, it was next year. I would always say that because I sat there and watched it happen so many times. And then sure enough, a couple of years later, something happened. Someone would be emailing, Joe, that one thing in the Webbot, check it out, dude, it just happened. Oh, thanks for telling me, because I totally forgot about it. 2 years have gone by, I forgot. Boom, time for Webbot video update. So all I'm saying is things that Clif has said in his Webbot. 100K Bitcoin parties, 100K Bitcoin parties. You didn't forget about that one, did you? What do you mean 100K Bitcoin party? 100K what? $100,000 Bitcoin parties coming soon. Thought it was going to be the end of last year. Oh, got it wrong. He got it wrong. Right, timing. What if, and I say this easily, what if it's the end of this year? Bitcoin is at $100,000. Well, I had to get out of everything and just get into Bitcoin. You could. But I'm pretty sure if Bitcoin's $100,000, Litecoin might be a sliver higher than it is today at $135. Bitcoin Cash will be a sliver higher than it is at $500 today. Theta at 14 cents will be a sliver higher. You follow what I'm saying? All of the coins are going to be going up for the most part. What's the old saying that Clif coined back in the day? Rising tides raise all ships. So a rising crypto market raises all cryptos to some extent. Some will be raised higher. Are you going to be in the one massively versus the rest of your portfolio that just so happens to be the one that beat all the other coins percentage-wise? Who knows? Somebody's going to be able to hold that flag up, say, winner, I did that, whether they meant to or not. That's why you can't just sit in one coin. Imagine getting out of a coin because you're FOMOing, Bitcoin, I got to get Bitcoin. And then you do it, and the Bitcoin, the profit taking happens. The coin you just got out of to get FOMO'd into Bitcoin, now it's rallying like hell. And you're sitting there watching Bitcoin go flat for a little while, or maybe even down because all the profit money is going into the altcoin market, and by chance your coin you just got out of, because FOMO bit you in the ass, now it's rallying hardcore. And now you're going, don't chase the coins. We learned this in 2017, even 2018. You don't sit there and turn on coin market cap and look at it. That one's 20% today. I'm going to get that one. Then it stops. Then some other one. I'm going to go on that one. Then it stops. And you're moving your coins around, taking a percentage loss each time you do that because of the exchange fees. Don't FOMO. Look at your portfolio. Do I have some good coins? Am I happy with this right now? Do I think this is going to be fantastic in the future? Yes. Then just stop. Don't FOMO. Sit back and enjoy it. Again, if you got a trading bag, which is a small percentage of your whole portfolio, by the way, it should be 10, 15, 20%. That's it of your whole bag. And you want to trade and FOMO into that coin and get out and FOMO in that, go ahead. Maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe you'll get in and it'll keep going. Oh, cool. Then you get out. Maybe you'll get lucky. Or maybe you just want to trade some particular coin or coins because the volatility is fantastic. You're in and out, whether that's day trading, weekly trade, swing trade, whatever. To each his own. I've got, I kind of had it all. I have a HODL bag. Doesn't matter what the market does. It's always sitting there. I'm not touching it. And I got my trade bag. It does matter with what the market does when I'm in a trade. Otherwise, it's kind of like a HODL bag until the trade happens that I want. Then I get out, But nonetheless, if I get out and the market keeps going up, like it did one time with Bitcoin Cash, I got out a little early to miss out on some even better profits. Still made a nice profit, but it got even better on the same day. That's a chance you take when you trade, though, right? So anyways, yeah, I want to remind you about Clif High's panic to own Bitcoin. And on that note, I'm going to pause this video for you. I'm going to go find the report and see if we can read exactly what he said. So stand by. Well, I'm looking at my old WebBot folder of all things WebBot, including the crypto reports he did. And I have July from 2018, which was actually posted June 28th, March of 2018, December of 2017. But unless I didn't copy it to my folder here at work, or on my desk here at home, I'm not seeing the panic to own Bitcoin, but I remember it. So it may have been something where Clif did a video interview with somebody or simply posted on Twitter and talked about it. I know he said it for sure. I remember this. But I was thinking it might have been in a WebBot report as well. So either A, I don't have the WebBot report copied here to this folder at home, or it just wasn't in a WebBot report. He just tweeted or did a video interview or something like that. I mean, it could have been in a Three Amigos chat we've had a while back, But I do remember this. So that was the point. I was hoping it would be in a WebBot so I could just read you word for word what it said. But since it's not, I'm not going to try to go find the video or the tweet he did. The information is simple. There's going to be a time coming when Bitcoin is in a panic to own mode. People are panicking to get their hands on Bitcoin. And there was other words used like it goes no bid. Bitcoin, no bid, no one's unloading it. Nobody's unloading it. Sorry. I don't care what the price is. No one wants to sell. Could you imagine that? You're sitting on some Bitcoin that you got at whatever, hundreds of dollars, a few $1,000s, $10,000 you bought a Bitcoin. And you watched it go from like 50, 60,000, 70,000 so fast that even though it's 6, 7, 8 times what you paid for it, you're like, well, no, it's probably going to keep going. It's going to be 100,000 before I know it. Why the hell would I want to sell it now? I'm not doing that. So you don't even want to sell it for 6, 7, 8 times profit, which happened quickly. You're waiting, no, I want maybe 10 times. Maybe 10, well, but then it gets to 10, so it gets to $100,000, and you're like, well, it's probably going to go to 110 or 120. Maybe I'll just hold on a little longer. You start playing those games. The problem is, don't play those games for too long and get crushed out and the price drops on you, then you're back down significantly. Oh, the new bear market started. So, anyways, I just want to share that with you. And we'll see what happens. Good times. Very good times. Take care.